Hello, my name is John Langley. I am Pizza Yo-Yo Langlioni. And today we are making pizza in 90 seconds. We're going to bake pizza with a dome temperature of 890 degrees and a floor temperature of 810. And we have 3 guests for which to make pizza. These are the first guests in my pizza lab. We have the beautiful Nicole, Natalia, and Carly, who we are serving pizza and red wine to, and we're gonna have a good afternoon.
Yes, cheers.
All right, so we're just gonna get started. They're here, they're ready for pizza. Let's get going, let's make pizza. There we go. I roll my pizza in Italy. The most famous pizza is Napolenta. It's all done by hand. But in Rome, pizza romana is all done with a rolling pin. I like a rolling pin because I don't like all that throwing around. It's faster.
How do you prep your dough?
Yeah, I know. What do you use to make your dough?
Well, dough has very few ingredients. It has a little bit of oil. It has yeast that you start with a little bit of sugar, but sugar is not a very important ingredient. And it's got a little bit of salt in it. It's got a little bit of the sugar I mentioned. Seems like I'm forgetting something. Oil, water, and flour and salt. That's all that's in pizza dough. It's very simple.
What about the sauce?
The sauce is usually San Marzano tomatoes. And we put a little bit of salt in the sauce, and we use a little bit of sugar to keep it sweet. I add oregano. Oregano is an American ingredient. The Italians don't put oregano in their sauce, but it's an American thing. So when you actually do an Italian pizza, you've got to have your bufala. It's expensive. You can make it, buy the buffalo milk from Italy and make your own bufala mozzarella. The Italians don't use pepperoni, they use a very similar sausage, the name of which escapes me at this instant moment. But, and I also add a little bit of Romana cheese to my pizza. So Romana's a stinkier cheese. I call it putting the stink on.
I can
So
already smell
a little more
it smells like it's already cooking.
A little more flavor.
Also hear my stomach growling.
Here we go. And then at the very end, we salt.
Beautiful.
And now we're ready to go
That looks delicious.
in the oven.
So have you always been passionate about pizza? What put you into this endeavor?
I like to cook. Pizza is a very hard dish. It's hard to get an oven to a high enough temperature. You got to learn how to make the dough and the sauce and the flour. And so I've always been captivated by the challenge of it. And for instance, I'm working on hollandaise next because that's a very hard thing to do. But Italian pizza's a difficult food to make.
You like a challenge.
I like a challenge.
Can you tell us about the oven?
Yeah. What's special
Well, this
about
oven is the most advanced pizza oven in the world. This oven controls the temperature of the baking chamber and the floor, which makes it different from a lot of other ovens. Most ovens just control the baking chamber temperature, but this oven controls the temperature of the baking chamber as well as the floor. It's got a burner under the stone. The oven is open, as you can see, so there's no door. It's hard to make Italian pizza with a door because it cooks so fast. And we're constantly checking the bottom to see if the bottom's done relative to the top.
How can you tell if the bottom is done?
This pizza is done.
Wow.
That was fast. Wow.
That's incredibly
See that
impressive.
leoparding, the black and white spots?
Yes.
So that's how you tell it's done. You want black and white spots, but Some people like the pizza more well done. Some people like the pizza less well done. So that's why the open door is important and why checking the bottom is important so that you get everything just the way you like it.
That's pretty convenient if you're hungry, though.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
That was like,
A late night Carly really needs to call you up. So are you one of the people that believes a simple pizza is the best pizza, or do you get wild with the toppings occasionally?
Well, my basic thing with pizza is it's hard for me to find a pizza. It's hard for me to find a pizza that I don't like. Did you ever notice that about pizza? Some you like better more, some you like less. But you know, who says send this pizza back? I don't like it.
Sure.
I mean, really. I mean, you can buy them frozen in the grocery store, and you put them in your oven, and they're still pretty good. But I wanted to shoot for, you know, the best pizza in the world. How do you do that? So I got into making ovens because all great pizza chefs eventually turn into oven engineers.
Okay.
This is the sport is 11,000 years old. Some people think that pizza ovens predate agriculture, and they spent centuries working on things like how high the door is relative to the dome on the inside of the oven, and the ratios between those two things. So it's been an ancient endeavor and passion, and so I just wanted to stand on the edge of the 11,000-year-old challenge.
Well, it
That's
seems
amazing.
like
The best.
yeah, it seems like you can take a step back because I think you aced it.
Well, let's try. I mean, it's time to have some
All right.
pizza,
Well, this
ladies.
is mine. So do you guys want
so
your
we
own?
have to make 2 more. We have to make 2 more pizzas.
Oh, we have more to go.
Oh,
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh no.
maybe we should
A
go.
mess.
There we go. Always a mess.
Alright, I'll go next. Let's see. There we
Look at
go.
that pepperoni.
You're gonna no.
I'm gonna take it.
I will say my favorite part of a pizza though is the crust. So this will be.
Oh really? Mine is actually the sauce.
Mine is cheese. So
Wow.
we all have different things we're looking for.
I do love cheese, but when it comes to pizza, it's the sauce.
Is it too hot? You okay?
That is so good.
That is absolutely delicious.
This is so good.
All right. When
How
can
long
we?
was the cook time for that? 90 seconds?
Well, you can
I thought
time the
it
next
seemed
one.
like less than 90
Yeah.
seconds.
I feel like that was very fast.
How long until we can get one put into my house?
I
A
know.
little hot on the top, a little hot on the bottom. Why is that?
It's absolutely
good.
delicious. Truly. Truly. This is unpaid, by the way. Delicious.
How do you feel about the crust?
It's delicious. All around. It's crisp. I don't know how mic'd up I am, but you can just hear the crunch.
I know. It's like so fresh. Everything's like. You like it, Natalia?
Chef Langley, this truly is delicious. How many pieces of pizza are appropriate to eat on camera?
I know. Seriously, that's why I was like, I told you I wanted my own pizza.
So how user-friendly though for, you know, someone who hasn't studied a million prototypes and crafted this piece by piece?
Pardon me?
Could someone like Nicole work this?
Yeah, it's a
How do
little.
we light it? How do we turn it on?
It's a little tricky. We begin by turning on the gas and the power, making the table turn, and then we usually light our pilot lights, and then we set the temperature on the dome, which is right here. This is the temperature for the top of the oven, and this is the temperature for the floor of the oven. So this oven right now is 877 degrees at the top and 831 degrees on the bottom. The bottom's a little hot.
That's why it cooks so
because I got the dome out of control. So it's being heated from the very top.
And so is it user preference on cook temperature? You kind of figure out how, you know, how crisp you like your pizza, or is there an ideal cook
Well,
temp?
if you like the, like
Yes,
you look
please
at the
have some.
bottom, like if it's too If it's not done enough on the top, then you turn the top up. If it's not done enough on the bottom, then you turn the bottom up.
Okay.
So you can adjust them. That's the advantage of this oven where the floor and the dome,
Right.
the temperatures are set independently.
But you would say like 800, like how you have it right now is probably perfect.
Well, yeah, right now I have it set at 890 degrees on the top and 810 degrees on the plate. The
Right.
plate's actually a little over temperature because the top got a little out of
Right.
control earlier. It'll settle
Right.
down. But
Right.
over the if you look at it, 9 degrees over 810 is a very low
Because
percentage.
this came out amazing.
Pretty dang close, perfect.
Okay, so during the break, the girls asked me, well, what is it about the sauce that's important? And I would say that the most important thing is you have to start with San Marzano tomatoes. They're from Italy. That's one of my requirements when I make pizza. I only use this tomato. That's just a little FYI for those of you who are junior pizza yo-yos. Okay,
I was wondering if I was in that club.
time for another pizza.
Yes.
We're
Love to
going
hear
into
it.
the box. Into the box.
Ooh.
Nicole, get in there for the rollout.
I know.
Dr. Langley, can you teach Nicole the rollout method?
The rollout method.
Chef Lang.
The hardest part is to
Chef.
you start by trying to make a little circle, and then you try to keep it from sticking to the counter. So you got to flip it over a lot to get flour on both sides so that it doesn't stick. I try to press it into a little circle with my fingers, and I flip it over a lot to try not to get it to stick to the table and to the rolling pin. And then it's just a matter of rolling it flat.
All right. But it doesn't have to be perfect.
I don't go for perfect.
I like imperfect pizza.
I like well.
personally.
That's,
More relatable.
That's what we do. That's just how we do it here.
But the taste is perfect.
And it gives it a little
The
character.
crisp.
A
Yeah.
little, a
I
different.
like character. That
a
looks
little.
good.
And then when you put it on the board, you got to flour your board. Otherwise, it sticks to the board, and that's a crisis.
So do you usually just put 1 scoop, 1.5?
I don't know. I just go till I think it's the
However
way
you
I
feel.
like it. That's how
With the
how you feel, you know.
Yeah.
And next we'll basil it out. I use a lot. You notice I use a lot of basil on this. I
Good.
find that's the most difficult ingredient to get. You can get the flour and the other ingredients, and they last a long time. Fresh basil is key. It's hard to get.
Those basil?
in large quantity like this.
Where
And
do you
they're
get it
very
from?
large.
We go to
Those pieces are
Restaurant
big.
Depot in New Orleans here,
Okay.
and we get a big, a giant basil.
Will there be a Langley garden coming up?
Well, that's a great idea.
Jan?
I really feel like I'm very close to that because basil grows very well here, and
Yeah.
we could walk out and pick it. The cheese keeps for a fairly long period of time. You can actually freeze the cheese and then take it out, though I don't like to do that. I don't know why. And then
That
so
looks
next we're going to do a
delicious.
little pepperoni.
If you could only have one topping on your pizza, obviously not talking about cheese, what would it be?
Well,
And you can't say basil.
I'm a pepperoni freak.
Okay.
I like this. I like the sausage. I like sausage pizza myself, but I'm finding it challenging to get.
What type of sausage?
Well, I'm working with right now with fennel and anise, which is what the Italians put in their in their sausage. So I'm trying to make a fennel anise a sausage. I tried once. I was plus minus on the result.
So in your free time between the pizza ovens, the hollandaise, we're gonna add some
Oh, yeah.
sausage. Got it.
And basil.
And basil garden, yes.
Well, it's the ovens. I would like to make you grilled filet mignon with Béarnaise sauce.
Sold.
It'll be on my,
Wow.
it'll be on my list of things to try.
What else are you wanting to try?
I'm wanting to try oysters Rockefeller.
That sounds good.
Ooh, that.
You know,
Sign me up for that
We'll
one.
be your taste
Little
testers.
I love
anise,
oysters.
spinach, you know, Parmesan, roasted oysters.
Yeah.
I wanted to try the Drago oyster from New
Yes.
Orleans. You know,
So
we
good.
could do those here too. So we can. There's lots of opportunities.
Count us in. We will
I know.
make time for you.
You'll make time for me.
We will.
Always.
Prioritize.
I think pizza is going to be important to our relationship.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Among other things, of course.
Pizza's actually one of the most important things in my life.
So, would this oven, does it have capabilities to be like an outdoor kitchen oven, or will it need to be inside at all times? Like if someone had like an outdoor cooking area, or if they wanted like an outdoor setup?
Well, it could go outdoors, but there's just a lot. If you make pizza, you wind up, well, I got 20 people coming for pizza and it's raining, or it's snowing, or it's cold, or it's too hot. And the other thing is, if you're outdoors, now your guests are indoors, and now you're the pizzaiolo, and you're outside in the sweltering heat in the backyard with your hot oven while everybody else is inside drinking wine. I like this setup.
Yes.
This pizza's overdone. God, you distracted
It's
me.
okay. It
You
looks
live and you
great.
learn.
That's why I was like,
It's a little overdone.
I still think it looks good.
And to think I thought you were perfect. This is good to know though.
No. This one's overdone.
That's okay.
It's okay.
But well,
Yeah. I think it looks great still. There's like maybe one little piece.
this is definitely more well done.
It's personal preference, you said.
Yes, it is.
I like my pizza a little burnt. You know, it's fine.
And then so when you took that pizza out, Dr. Langley, the red number dropped to 600.
Right, that's because the pizza sucked all the heat out
Yeah.
of the stone and it's recovering.
Okay, and so that's what's so great about your oven, you were saying, is that the heat time recovers so quickly, so you could throw another pizza in there ready to go.
The burner under the stone is on. Most pizza ovens only heat the floor from the top. So I heat it from the top and the bottom, so it recovers more quickly.
Yeah.
So it will be ready for the next pizza. Next time we can
Has to be on
time it.
Yes.
This
Since
is great
I
for
pointed
a
that out.
pizza party.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
more importantly, the most of the other pizza chefs, they use these little guns here. I have a collection of them to show people. But you see if your oven's ready by hitting the gun and seeing what temperature you're at before you put your next pizza down. But I don't need to do that because I already know that my
That's true.
oven's back. Now it's ready. And you see, I'm not even close to being ready with the next pizza. Now, in a commercial environment, maybe you'd have one or two people making
Right.
pizzas, and how fast could you make them? Well, you could, let's see if you, it takes about 3 minutes with the bake time and the refresh. So that's 20 pizzas an hour is the capacity for one oven. Most guys can't make 20 pieces. So, and if you're going to make more than 20 pieces an hour, maybe you want one of those big 6,000-pound rock ovens, or you can do multiple pieces at the same time. Except that I'm trying to do something for the private home artist
Yes.
that's out in the backyard and in the elements, not sitting across from
Okay, so
the
this,
beautiful ladies drinking wine.
the goal is not commercial here. It is,
Well, okay,
Not currently.
so what if you had a bar and you just had a pizza bar? Well, maybe you wouldn't be moving more than 20 pieces an hour most of the time. It just once in a while somebody says, "Hey, we want a pizza," and it could be back behind the bar. We could be serving cocktails here, and so we could have the same environment, only. So it's not out of the box for commercial. Also, if you fuel it with propane, you could put it in a food truck. We've discussed that. It can go in a food truck if it could go in a food truck with no problem if it's propane fueled.
It's also incredibly entertaining. One, to watch you and to watch the process happen
Yeah.
within a minute.
How easy is it to install this oven into someone's kitchen if someone wanted to?
Yeah, what type of space do you need? I
Yeah.
guess?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see.
It's requires exactly the same hookups as your furnace.
Oh,
it
really?
Requires it requires a natural gas line, 120 VAC electrical, just regular old wall current to operate it, and then it requires a 5-inch vent pipe, so you blow the hot air out of the house into the environment. So
Pretty easy, it sounds like, you know?
yeah,
Not too
you can
bad,
do it.
not
It's
too-
I'm not
the
an
hardest
electrical
part
engineer or
is
anything, but
you know, it doesn't seem like, you know, most homes here
Have
could,
that. Yeah,
could possibly install
it's
this oven.
easier if it would be easier if you're doing new construction because you can put your vent pipe in the plans.
Right.
It can also go through straight through the wall. This one goes straight through the wall to the outside. If it's on the first floor, it can go up all the way to the roof.
Yeah.
This oven could be naturally drafted where we don't have power drafting. I put power drafting on this because to get it through regulation and get it approved for housing, it has exactly the same ventilation requirements as your furnace. Every house, most houses have furnaces.
Yeah.
And so I think that the same thing is going to be required for the furnaces for the pizza oven.
Right.
So I want to make it so that, you know, the zoning people will be comfortable with it. So
Makes sense.
it also has, you know, the manufacturing will have electronic ignition so that you just walk up and there's no lighting it. It'll just go click, 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 and it'll be on because it's got an electronic system to light.
so that's the next goal, is to take out the pilot light.
Oh, we would, yeah, if it gets manufactured, it's not going to have a pilot light. It's
Okay.
going to go click, 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 and it'll light just like your hot water heater.
Okay.
Or your furnace. You know, your furnace, you don't
Right.
light your furnace, you just hit the button, it turns on. So I would try to do the same
our first-
thing.
I know.
Take
Can we
two.
All right, let's do first bite. Cheers.
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 That is so good. This is delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely delicious.
Thank you.
No words. Just savoring it all.
This is my pizza. You can get your own.
Well, this was the one, flip it over. See the bottom's black? I don't like serving pizza with black bottoms.
Well, it's
dark,
delicious.
Dark
It's
leopard,
delicious.
but it's still very good.
Let's see. So that's too dark for me.
You like it a little spotty, like how it is
The
I
right
like
here.
this. I don't like that or that.
Okay. So you're showing us what not to do.
That's what
Okay.
not to do. So
Okay.
we'll try again.
Is get
See-
distracted for a couple of seconds because the pizza oven works so fast that this is what happens.
But you didn't turn down the temperature of your bottom burner for this next pizza, right?
That was just on too long. I thought the top was a little overdone.
You asked too
Okay.
many
I
questions.
thought
Okay,
the
so
bottom was a little overdone.
I distracted with the
You
questions.
asked way too
Okay.
many questions.
Okay,
But-
not paying attention.
If you wanted a dark top and a lighter bottom, I would turn down the bottom and I would
Right.
leave the top where it is.
But still,
This is
so
very
good.
good.
this, per your opinion of a dark top and bottom, took a minute.
Now there are a lot of
Of
people that
overcooking.
like a top that dark, but the bottom's just. I'm not a fan. of
It
that.
doesn't
it's
take.
wonderful.
It doesn't taste burned to me.
It doesn't at all.
Tastes
Well,
delicious all
well,
around.
You're a member of the Well Done Club then. What do you think of the amount of noise that it makes? Do you find that annoying? or-
No.
It is honestly quieter than my oven vent fan.
That's
Really?
very true.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Like when I turn my vent fan on in my oven,
Oh yeah, mine
this
too.
is,
Mine is
Mine is probably 2 times
yes,
louder.
like I could not hear.
No, you can't
And
hear
it's
anything.
soothing.
And we can hear each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with mine, I wouldn't be able to hear you guys.
Honestly, I did not even think.
I didn't even hear
I did
it.
not
Yeah.
think about the oven noise until you pointed it out. But yeah, soothing. I would agree. Yeah, Dr.
Alrighty.
Langlioni, we'll call you, Chef Langlioni. We'll call you.
Well, I'm just so happy you joined me today. This is a lot of fun for you.
No, this has been an incredible treat. I will never be able to buy pizza ever again. We'll just have to call you every single
It
time.
was so good.
Well, we're going to do it again.
Would you like a slice?
Yes. I want to thank everybody for coming to the Pizza Lab here at Langlioni Ovens, our test kitchen. I want to thank my guests, Nicole, Natalia, and Carly, for coming and enjoying the pizza. And thank you. We'll have more video for you soon. Thank you for coming.